Well guys, back out here again, and we have our first medieval find of the site. It's a 15th century lead trading token. This one is plain, but as you can tell, the circular and regular nature of its sides suggests to me that this is another lead token, just a plain one. So that will date to the pre-15th century, so there is a hope of there being hammered coins here. Well guys, our second coin of the day. That looks to be foreign. It's copper. It was coming up mid-tone, but I'll need to wash it up and I'll get back to you to see if I can identify it for you. Well guys, it turns out to be German, more specifically Prussian. I can see on the front Wilhelm die Dritte König von Preußen, which would obviously be King of Prussia, and the denomination I find as 6, and then it says eine Reichstaler, so obviously this in the date 1876 would be just after the 1871 Franco-Prussian War, so this would be the Second Reich, I would guess, but I wouldn't know about that. But that's what it says on the back, and that's a really cool find. 1876 German, or more specifically Prussian, coin of William III. Well guys, it's starting to bucket down with rain, but I can safely say that I have found a silver coin. Sadly it isn't hammered, but it is a good one. That looks like a George V silver florin, sticking right out of the plug. There you can see. I'll shut the camera off so I can take some macro images before I pull it out, but it looks like it's going to be a beautiful coin. Okay guys, here's the recovery. It's definitely a silver florin. Yeah, it's an earlier one, but I think the date is 1922, so it's 50% silver, but it looks to be in absolutely beautiful condition. Tarnished, but I'll wash it up and I'll get back to you. Okay guys, back again, and dug the silt, and stuck in the clump is another copper early milled halfpenny. I'll wash it up and I'll get back to you, but if history has anything to tell, it'll be George II or George III. Well guys, it's definitely a George III early milled halfpenny, but strangely it appears to have been flattened, so the edges aren't round anymore. The flan is very, very large indeed, and I believe the date is 1775. But that's a nice coin. Okay guys, back out this afternoon, and from this hole we've got another early milled halfpenny. I'll wash it up and I'll get back to you with the monarch. Well guys, I had a long look at this one because I'm torn between this being a George III Irish halfpenny or a George I Limerick halfpenny. Both were Irish, but the Limerick halfpenny is quite a bit scarcer, but the bust looks more like George I than it does George III. Even still, I would say tentatively George III, because I can't see a seated Britannia, which you see on the Irish Limerick halfpenny, and I see more of an outline of a Irish Maid of Erin and the Harp of Erin. So I will say it's George III Irish halfpenny from the 1760s. If not, it's the 1720s George I Limerick halfpenny. Well guys, back again, and you guessed it, it's another early milled halfpenny, the copper variety. I will wash it up and I'll get back to you, but it's definitely pre-1775. Well guys, it looks to be a George II halfpenny, dating from 1740 to 1754. Lovely old coin. Well guys, I'm still going and I've just found myself a first. This is a seal matrix, or a matrix seal, depending on how you want to say it. It is bronze, not silver. Silver one's quite scarce, and gold one's even scarcer, but these can date anywhere from the George and Victorian period right back to the 12th, 13th, 14th century, but judging by the coins I'm finding, I'm going to guess this is of Georgian or Victorian era. I don't actually know if I can see a stamp on the bottom, but that is definitely a matrix seal, or a seal matrix, and that's a fantastic find, my first one ever. I'm very happy with it. Well guys, I've waited 2.5 hours for my first old coin, and two come together at once. Look at that. Two halfpennies that were stuck together. They look to be... they are bronze, they're definitely bronze. By the looks of things, they look like they're going to be Victorian. This one at least is Victorian. The other one as well, I believe, but I'll wash them up and I'll get back to you with a more definitive date. Well guys, as expected, they are both bunhead Queen Victoria halfpennies. Luckily they were both face to face, obverse and obverse stuck together, so both sides of the reverse on both coins has survived, and the date 1866 and 1886 is apparent. But even more exciting, I've rechecked the hole, and listen, there's a third coin in there I'm sure, so I'll see if I can pull it out live on camera. Let's see what we have. The dark earth is always indicative of a copper coin being sitting in the ground. And again, I see dark earth, so I suspect this could be another halfpenny, could be a penny, but we don't know until we pull it out. Let's see. Oh, there it is. It's another halfpenny. 3 halfpennies, and this one is a much sharper Queen Victoria. So all three Queen Victoria halfpennies in the same hole, and I'll just check. I don't believe that. Look at that. There is another coin in that hole, so I'll get rid of that out of the way. That's where the impression was. Oh, there's silver. Yeah, look in the bottom of that hole, there is a silver coin. Oh, I haven't said this for a very long time, but that is a silver coin right there. I will shut the camera off and I'll take some macro images of it, but that's 4 coins in the same hole. I'm pretty sure this will be sterling silver, because all of the other 3 were Victorian, so I'm hoping this is a Victorian silver coin, but I'll take some pictures and I'll get back to you. Well guys, I can definitely see Victoria around the outside, and it looks to be a 6pence. And it's a young bun Queen Victoria silver 6pence of date 1881. Fantastic. Four Victorian coins in the same hole. Unprecedented for me. Silver and 3 halfpennies. Let's see if there are any more. That would be unbelievable. Well, I'll just check with the detector, but that would be unbelievable, wouldn't it? Look at that. There's another coin in that hole somewhere. This is unbelievable. There it is. Right, I'll be careful not to scratch this one. This is coming back with a bang, isn't it? This is what I've been hoping for the last couple of weeks. A hole like this. Wow. It's a stone, thankfully, not a coin. I'll just extend the plug so I don't end up scratching the suspected coin in there. But it's like someone drops an entire purse out here. But no evidence of an actual purse, but someone had a really bad day out here. Really bad day out here. Here we are, right. I see a penny. Look at that. Actually, that's 2 coins. There's a coin there. Absolutely a coin there. There it is. And another one. So that's 6 coins. That's a toasted penny stuck together. And in the same hole with it, next to it, right on top of it, just like the first 2, is another penny. Unbelievable. This one looks like it's going to be in sharp grade. Wow, that's another Victorian. That'll probably be an old head. And that one is a bunhead Queen Victoria. So 2 pennies sitting on top of each other. Two halfpennies sitting on top of each other, another halfpenny and a 6pence. I'm just going to check if there's any more coins in this hole. Whew. I'll just fold the plug back over. It sounds like it's dried up, but I am not going to complain with 6 coins in the same hole, all Victorian. Every single one Victorian, and one of them was silver. What a fantastic hole that was. Wow. Okay guys, here's to conclude all of those coins. What a great find that was. It's the first time I've ever found 6 coins in the same hole. Starting with the biggest denomination, the beautiful 1881 sterling silver 6pence, young bun, then pressed together with these 2 pennies. Ironically, they were back to back, so Britannia to Britannia. One's a bunhead penny that, as you can see where it was stuck together with this coin, is unreadable at the moment on the date. But this one, which is absolutely beautiful condition, really beautiful old head Queen Victoria, I believe is dated 1899. So I believe these coins were probably dropped, judging by the condition of this. These coins were probably all dropped together at about 1900, 1901, so the turn of the century. Then we get a Queen Victoria 1884 halfpenny, the only one that wasn't stuck to anything else. Then 2 bunhead pennies, and I say ironically, bunhead halfpennies, I say ironically because these 2 were stuck back to back and these 2 were stuck front to front. So we see 1886 and 1866. So 6 coins all dropped together. 6pence, 2 pennies and 3 halfpennies, or 9.5 pence, which doesn't sound like much today, but it would have been sizable back then. So that's a very good find for me after my dry spell. But I'll see what else I can get. Well guys, back again, and I've just found something equally cool as the last 6 coins. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe I've just found a US infantry button with the eagle and the oak leaves underneath. Hugh Fahrenheit 1100 will probably correct me on this, but I believe that's what it is. I have seen you guys in America find these, so I don't know if it's First or Second War. I presume it's the Second World War, but it could be doughboys coming over late First World War and training. but I'll need to check that up, and I'll obviously post images and the macro feed afterwards with a more accurate date. But that's a very cool find. What a fantastic day.